Today I want to talk about e-readers and the state of e-readers in 2024 and coming into 2025. Now I know you're probably thinking, is this really Linux related? Yes, sometimes I do things that are not literally Linux related, but I want to show you something about e-readers that I think gets lost. Now, one of the other things that people like to talk about e-readers is, oh, well, I prefer books, I don't like using technology to read my books, and I understand that. I understand, you don't want to have to use an electronic device, just have a nice, comfortable book. But e-readers actually are a useful tool. They store lots of books, and I quite like some of them, but I'm not so sure about modern e-readers, but it might not be necessary for the reasons you're thinking. So let me show you something. So this here is a Kobo Aura from 2013. It's 10 years old. You could say it's the ThinkPad, the old ThinkPad of e-readers. Now, with e-readers, I'm not particularly fussed about many things. I don't really care what connectivity they've got, how powerful the processor is, what version of software it's running. Really, there's only a few things I'm really worried about. One is, of course, can I load books that aren't through, say, Kindle's Amazon web store type thing? Do I have all these DRM and whatever limitations? Can't I just use, say, Project Gutenberg to upload books, free license books, whatever? That is a very important thing, of course, and of course that's kind of something you're going to think about on my channel. Free and open source software, all this kind of thing. However, actually there's one thing that I would argue is even more important, and it's just a pure design thing, a physical design thing, and it's this. This will fit in my pocket. Yes, I know, crazy, right? So modern e-readers, we're not so sure about that. Now we'll just show you something. So this is actually, I think, edge to edge, just over maybe, or just under 6 inches. So if I put this in here, as you can see, fits in nicely. I can sit down with it. It's not uncomfortable, and that's the great thing about e-readers actually over paperbacks and hardbacks. Most paperbacks even you can't fit in your pocket. Okay, with an e-reader that size, this size here, fits nicely in my pocket. And a little story now, I would carry this thing around with me everywhere, at work, when I'm traveling, and it was just always there. Now, maybe the market for e-readers are focusing now maybe more on women who have handbags, this kind of thing. But I don't actually want to just have to carry this in my rucksack or in a bag or something as a man, or as a woman maybe. If you're a woman, just putting it in your pocket is nice. And of course men tend to have pockets, so something fundamentally has changed over the design, and we'll kind of explain why maybe this has happened. So let's get the laptop out and let's have a look at some of the things I'm talking about here. Okay, so I've got my ThinkPad. Let's have a look. So let's have a little look at the screen. So we'll start off with Kindles, okay? So if I look here at the Kindle, and if I look for dimensions, okay. Well, actually, no. Let's first off start off with dimensions of my Kobo Aura HD. No, it's not Kobo Aura HD, is it? I can't remember. It's Kobo Aura. I know it when I see it. If I can find the thing. Where's the device list? Where is it? Okay, here we go. Okay, so we want to find my Kobo Aura, which is this one here, and I want to go across. Let's have a look. Okay, So this is what we're looking at. I'm going to bring this up on another tab, just make it a bit smaller. So what I want is, I think it's 150 times 114 millimeters. Okay, that's the size of my device, and I'll just bring this up on here to make it a bit bigger. So this is what we want. Okay, 150 by 114. The actual width I'm not so worried about. So let's have a look at the design of the future Kobos, okay, and then we'll look at Kindles, and then this other thing called Pocketbook, which seems to be another big market share. So let's start here. So you can see there it is. This is the Kobo Aura, okay, and this is where things start to go wrong. Like ThinkPads, like other devices, this is where I think this happens because bigger devices obviously became a new marketing thing. Oh, look how big we can make the device now, how big the screen. But I know you've got hardbacks, but again, really, if you're reading a paperback is compact, it's nice. That's why you've got a paperback, right? I think it's the same for ebooks. And the great thing with ebook readers, just make the text bigger. It gives you all these options, and yet they make these things huge. So here we go. We're already going up to 179 by 129. Out of my dimensions, will not fit in my pocket. 157 by 114. Not going to be comfortable. We've got some more 154, 195, 172. I'm not even going to look at the other dimension because we're already getting, silly dimensions here. 159, 161. Well, 144 by 159, so that's no good. 1112, looking good. No, by 159. Probably see this, maybe I'll highlight it, I don't know. 193, and so forth and so forth. Interestingly, they've got them like landscape. You got 112 by 160, whatever. So let's see where we are with the Kindle. And I know what you're thinking. Well, I'd never use Kindle, and I understand that. So here we go. These are the old Kindles, I think. So 8 inches, whatever. Again, these things are way too big, way too big. No good for me, no good. And we're just going to kind of discount the Kindles anyway, whatever. Let's get rid of the Kindle. We're not fussed about it. Now, there is another company called Pocketbook. I don't know if they're any good or their devices are any good. So, interestingly, looking at their older devices, actually, this is their newer devices. So, you see 108, again, none of this is suitable. Close, but no cigar, I'm afraid. So let's see also then what is going on with the modern day e-reader. What is happening? So if I look also at what they're doing with features, so going back to the old, so this is the old Kobos, if I can see here, input. So they're all pretty much a standard, which you get an e-ink display, which is great. It's nice on your eyes. Obviously, by the time this Aura came out, you started to get backlight, which was nice. The PPI, so pixels per inch, is it? Just nice, just the right amount. Touchscreen was fine, storage was kind of fine, that's fine. I'm happy with that. Wi-Fi, obviously, if you want to get from some kind of store, or in my case, I just connected to my computer. So I had like a Kobo Glow before, that was the first illuminated display. One thing I wouldn't dislike, but it's never been a problem, is waterproofing. However, what I will say is, this was the first one to have like edge-to-edge bezel. A lot of the previous ones have like this. It has like a bezel on the actual screen bit. This actually was one of the first that went edge-to-edge. Really nice. I like that. That was nice. Just probably better for waterproofing as well. Anyway, it's not technically a waterproof device. So, what features do we start to get? And just think. Is any of this really needed? Do I need, again, is it, we're talking minimalism. Is all this stuff relevant for an ebook reader? And if you wanted these features, wouldn't you just have another device? Just, let's see. So here we go. Waterproof's nice, nice. Again, all these devices are not going to be acceptable for me for putting in my pocket, let's say, which is really the critical thing. And to be honest, none of this really matters. Dark mode, I mean, it's black and white, right? Now, I know they start having like color, so it's just saying waterproof, dark mode, comfort light, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. I mean, Bluetooth. Now I noticed they're starting to get in the audiobook trend. You just use your phone. Think about it. If you want an audiobook, you just use your phone. I don't need this in an ebook reader. It's an ebook reader, okay? Again, all these processors, it doesn't matter. It is just e-ink. Just give me e-ink, give me a processor that changes the e-ink display, okay? None of this matters. None of this. So yeah, so this is the thing, kind of covers it here. They've started really to try and turn it into an iPad or I don't know, iPads, computer device, like you can browse the web. Again, if you want to browse the web, you want a proper device. We all know what the web is like. If you want full functionality, this is it's creeping in all these extras to get you to spend more money on things you're never either going to use or shouldn't really use on this kind of device, and forgetting what the device is actually for: reading books comfortably. Nice little backlight is good. Processor's just powerful enough to handle changing an e-ink display. It's not a lot to ask. And maybe waterproofing. Maybe that's the one thing. And to most importantly, fit in your pocket. I mean, all this stuff. I mean, again, like, I don't need a headphone jack. Sorry, for me, no. It's a big no. But the most important thing is they can't get the dimensions right. Ever since this, Kobo not got the dimensions right, I don't think it's any better for Amazon with the Kindle, and I don't think it's any better for this other thing, Pocketbook. So if I look at Kobo as well, of course you can get like a different co-reader. So there's some nice stuff here. I've actually got stock software on here, and interestingly, Kobo was still updating the software on this, and I don't know if it's like standardized software, but they're still updating, which was nice. So that's all good. Anyway, we're going to leave it there. So you can, maybe I'll put this link here if you want to, whatever. I think with this as well, I just used what's it called? Whatever guide, just to be able to put on my own ebooks easily, but whatever. Anyway, that's it. So you know what to do with a fake YouTube: like, comment, subscribe, and see you next time.